Okay, looking at leverage trading again. Again, this is an account that I started with less than $100 for an educational journey of how to leverage trade. Since I didn't really have much experience with leverage trading, but had been in cryptocurrency for the last 7 years, I thought, hey, how better to show how I would learn how to do something new than to document it through videos. So I shall continue on. Basically, the account is now at a value of $1,323. What has happened? Well, last week I pointed out on the daily that this would likely cross. I expected this MACD to cross. And guess what? It did. And I bought 2 hours before the move. If we look here, you can see the market started to move up, and 2 hours before this big green candle here, 1, 2, I bought here and talked about it in the video last week. Then rode this up here. I bought this pullback. I was looking in this pullback for another move up. But then if we come here, you can see I sold here. Why did I sell here? I sold here because we had a cross down on the 4 hour. And if we look at the 4 hour, you can see the last time we had a cross down, probably didn't want to hang out for this. So I decided it was probably best to not hang out for that. What's really interesting here is we had a cross down, then I bought again here with expectation of a cross up, that this move was done. It failed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get back to my computer for a little bit, so I didn't exit quite where I would have liked to. I actually would have been up on this trade if I could have exited when it was up here, but unfortunately, due to life, I was not able to get back to do that until here, and exited out of this trade. A small loss of under $20. This initial trade, this move up here, this was a $200 gain, more than I've been adding weekly, so it's pretty substantial. There's definitely looking here for this to cross, for this to keep going down while this goes up and not have a crossover, while at the same time on the daily your histogram is going down and people, the sentiment's very bullish. I mean, these are the conditions that you would expect before a pullback. These are not the conditions that say, hey, yeah, we're going to go to 80,000. So I actually closed my position. I don't even have a position right now. What would make me take a position? Well, if this crosses up, I would consider it. Yeah, that would be interesting. If it gets rejected again, then I would say, well, I'm probably in a good place. I don't really want to be buying here so that I can sell here, and this is my profit, a few dollars, and then have a huge downside stop loss to go with a very tiny take profit. This doesn't make any sense. And because of the leverage, I can actually be out of the market here a little bit. If the market decides to go up higher, I can get back in and I'll still make more money than as if I was in the market the whole time, just holding Bitcoin. So I think that is the approach that I will take. You can see that previously we were testing this line here, struggling to stay here. Now we've come up here, and this is the 1.618. This is typically where I would expect this rally to end. Could I have used this as my take profit? Yes, but then I would have been ignoring other signals that there was more risk happening in the market. And so it's a trade-off. Do you buy the top? It's always easy to just look at the computer screen and say, oh, well, I would have bought here and sold here. Well, no shit when you can see it, but doing it is a different story. And I think from experience, it's good to try to figure out where it's making sense. Even if you miss out on some gains, remember that the person who never sells and buys is also the one in this situation writing this down, right? So you can say, yay, I wrote this up. Okay, good for you. And you bought here or you bought here, because that's what most people's situation is going to be. Maybe they bought here, they wrote this down. It's like, cool, you lost a bunch of money. And then you wrote this up. So there is a bunch of risk in that. Luckily for a lot of people in Bitcoin, I don't think that the risk is 100% if you're going to zero. But it's possible any company or any cryptocurrency goes to zero. Likely, no. And I think that's about it for this week. Just wanted to show you. Account's up at $1,300 now. So I can actually take kind of interesting positions now. Not looking for $2 returns like I was before. But like I said, initially when I first started making these videos, the $2 trade is how to get your mind in the place to get ready to do bigger trades. Can't start with this account, lose $200, and then that's the end of your trading journey because you never got any experience losing 20 bucks. And some people won't even know how to put in a stop loss and they'll just lose the whole thing. That's not where you start. Start with what is really not a big deal to you and then risk losing that, whatever that is. It could be $10 for some people and maybe it's 5,000 for others. It's relative to you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week. Have a nice week and goodbye.